Hello everyone, I'm Autobot Sonic the Telltale Gamer, bringing latest entering Telltale games, Transformers, and more. So I hope everyone is having a really good day today, and after my video where I talked about Dead by Daylight getting a crossover with Attack on Titan, I've got some more news, and that is in the world of Transformers, specifically with Transformers EarthSpark, the brand new Transformers show from Paramount and Nickelodeon that will be premiering this November exclusively on Paramount+. If you remember my videos I made about it back in February, where I basically talked about the original 10-second teaser that came out, as well as just some like little press information that we've heard about over the past year, you know that this show is coming out, and it's probably going to be a pretty big show, as it will be run by Nicole Dubach, Ant War, and Ciro Nieli, the creators of several other really good kids shows in the past, such as Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go, the 2012 version of the Teenage Ninja Turtles, Rise of the Teenage Ninja Turtles, even other Transformer shows like Rescue Bots and Robots in Disguise 2015. I really am excited for Transformers EarthSpark, especially with the main character designer of the show being Nick Roche, who is one of the head writers on IDW's comics. He even wrote a lot of IDW comics as well, such as Last Stand of the Wreckers, the entire Wreckers saga, and most recently he is doing the artwork, or part of the artwork, and is the head writer for the final IDW Transformers comic ever, Transformers Last Bot Standing, which I'm currently reading through right now. The first 2 of 4 issues are out, and issue 3 will be coming out this Wednesday, so I'm super excited to go ahead and read that when it comes out. But anyway, so we got a lot more news coming that just got announced this past week with Transformers EarthSpark, especially with EarthSpark, especially because this Friday, Transformers EarthSpark will be receiving a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be getting video clips of the show, we'll be getting our first look at the toy line for the show, and even learning more about the overall story of the show and the cast. The big thing, though, is that ahead of that panel, we got the voice cast for many new characters in old characters from Transformers EarthSpark, as well as the names of all the new characters coming in the show. So if you're excited as I am to talk about it, be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I think the first thing we can talk about with Transformers EarthSpark is this brand new piece of artwork that we got for the show when it was announced. Well, this piece of artwork is actually pretty new, pretty old, considering, like, I want to say it's maybe a few months old at this point. This isn't like the brand new art, but it's something I want to talk about here briefly. And this was released like a few months ago by, I think, Paramount or someone, when they announced that Transformers EarthSpark wouldn't be coming to Nickelodeon, that it'll be a Paramount Plus original series. So the artwork showcases Optimus, our first proper look at Bumblebee, who we only saw the back of in the original 10-second teaser released back in February. We also see the 2 human kid characters and our 2 new Transformer characters, who I'm just going to call the Earthborn Transformers for now. We have the quad-rotor drone character that was seen prominently in the original 10-second trailer, and even we get a better look at the motorcycle dude who we saw for like a very zoomed out picture of, and who I believed was the protoform character in one of the earlier screenshots that were shown of the show. And based off this much closer look we have of this character, I can now safely confirm that the protoform character we saw next to the quad-rotor drone character in that very first Transformers EarthSpark picture was in fact the motorcycle Transformer, just without an alt mode. So now we know these 2 characters are distinctly those characters. I gotta say, I absolutely love their designs. I know for a fact Nick Roche would personally, while he serves as a character designer for the entirety of the show, he personally created the motorcycle character, and I am super excited to get to know him, as well as all the other characters as well. Another thing, though, that's really interesting here is something I pointed out in my last video on Transformers EarthSpark, where I talked about these weird gloves that both the human kids had, which was, it looked like a weird, like fingerless glove they each had on their hands. And when I saw it at first, I'm like, oh, is this some sort of anti-Cybertronian battle, like, protection gauntlet, or is it maybe just some sort of like glove that they gave each other, that maybe it's like some sort of like friendship bracelet? Well, according to this picture, these gloves are in fact some sort of like defense mechanism. As we can see now, they look completely different from how they looked in the original trailer, where they're almost take on the form of like a gauntlet type deal, where we see the human boy and girl, they have these like gauntlets that seems to like transform over their arm, like almost as if they're part Cybertronians themselves, and they each have a little like spear on the back of their hands, as if it's maybe some sort of like energy thing that they can shoot like lasers out of or something. I don't know, but it's really cool to see that perhaps, I guess, Transformers are like going to be an already established topic in the EarthSpark continuity. Because if you remember, back in the very first, in the 10-second teaser, the boy seemed to already know that Transformers exist, because when we see him and his sister interact with presumably the Quadrotor drone character, he like seems to be really excited knowing that it's a Transformer. So does this mean in EarthSpark's continuity, as we know that these two Earthborn Transformers are the first ever Earthborn Transformers, I assume that perhaps characters like Optimus and Bumblebee have been around Earth for maybe decades or at least just a few years at this point. So the world probably just knows about Transformers, but they don't know about these Earthborn ones, which is really cool to see. And I'm wondering if perhaps maybe these kids are either half Cybertronian, or maybe they just use Cybertronian tech to create these sort of energy gauntlets that they can use to defend themselves. Either way, it's something really cool that I can't wait to see more of. That leads us to who exactly are these characters. So thanks to the press release for the San Diego Comic-Con panel for Transformers EarthSpark that will be happening this Friday, we now know the names of these two Earthborn Transformers, as well as the two human kids that are presumably going to be like their brothers, their siblings slash partners, as we know that these two Earthborn Transformers will end up being adopted by their family. So first off, let's start with the Quadrotor drone character, who I assume for most cases is probably going to be the main character of Transformers EarthSpark. Their name is officially Twitch, and they will be voiced by Kat Kavdari, who, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but she's been a voice actress in a lot of cartoons and anime throughout the years. Most notably, she's been the voice of Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, in a lot of Marvel cartoons, especially the 2017 Spider-Man show, the 2012 Avengers Assembles cartoon, and a lot more of the girl-oriented Marvel cartoons like Marvel Rising. She was also the voice of Kamala in the Crystal Dynamics Avengers game that just came out 2 years ago. So honestly, I think her voice could really fit Twitch. I think Twitch is a really cool character. I like their design as this Quadrotor drone, because we've never really seen any characters in Transformers lately that have been drones. I mean, the closest we got to that was the prime incarnation of Soundwave, who was a UAV drone. But I'm really excited to see what Twitch will bring to this table, and what exactly, how she's gonna play, like what her personality be like. Though if Kat Kavadari's previous voice acting roles are an indication, I feel like she's gonna be a very upbeat and like collected person. I think that she's definitely gonna be really excitable and really fun to see interact with other characters. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little voice clip of her as Kamala in some of the Marvel cartoons, just so you can get an idea of probably how Twitch is going to sound in Transformers EarthSpark.
Kamala Confidential, file number 7786. Ms. Marvel, which is me, Kamala Khan. So, yeah, I'm pretty much just your normal Jersey City teenager dealing with school, family, and super awesome stretchy shrinking and mega embiggening powers. Yeah, that stuff's cool and it is super fun, but it's nothing compared to what other heroes can do.
That brings us to the motorcycle character that Nick Roche personally designed, and arguably the character that I found myself more drawn to throughout this whole series. So this motorcycle character now has the official name of Thrash, and going with Twitch, I think Twitch and Thrash are really interesting names for Transformers that I've never seen. I don't think, to my knowledge, I think there might have been like minor characters in the Transformers, like some continuities that have been named Twitch and Thrash, but I think these are going to be the mainstay versions of Twitch and Thrash. And considering we've seen characters lately that have gotten like really popular and appear in other continuities, the ones that stand out to my mind are, of course, Strongarm and Steeljaw from Robots in Disguise 2015, and Shadow Striker from Cyberverse. All of them have made appearances in other stuff, such as the IDW comics, and it's really cool to see. I really like Twitch and Thrash's designs, and I can't wait to see maybe like 5 or even 10 years from now that they will be characters showing up in all different kinds of Transformers media, whether it be different continuities, whether they'll be the exact same, who knows. Along with that, we also know, just like with Twitch, we also know who Thrash's voice actor will be, and I'm really, really happy to announce that Thrash will be voiced by Zeno Robinson, who I am a huge fan of. Zeno Robinson has done a lot of anime voice work throughout the past few years, with his most recognizable role being that of Hawks in My Hero Academia, and I gotta say, with Hawks would be one of my favorite characters in My Hero Academia. I am super excited to see how, like, honestly, you could say that, like, Thrash would honestly be the Transformers version if Hawks was a Transformer. He's got, like, the same aesthetic as Hawks to a degree, and I absolutely love that. Some other anime roles he's done lately, if you may not know him as Hawks. He's also the voice of Genya in Demon Slayer, and most recently he's the voice of Onyankopon in Attack on Titan the final season. But regardless of that, though, I think Zeno Robinson is a great fit for Thrash. I follow him on Twitter, and he's been posting all over about how excited he is to get the job of voicing Thrash in Transformers EarthSpark. And he and Kat Kavadari will be at the San Diego Comic-Con panel promoting Transformers EarthSpark this Friday. So I can't wait to see how Zeno Robinson plays Thrash, and if he'll just be a lot like Hawks in terms of like being just totally careless and carefree and sort of a maverick. I can't wait to see how that goes. And just like I did with Twitch, here I'm going to play some clips of Zeno Robinson as Hawks, just so you get a good idea of how his Thrash voice will sound.
Oh yeah, what did you expect? It's not exactly your vibe. Hey, are you done here? Because I'll totally eat the rest.
Eat whatever you want, you glutton.
I know I'm awful, right? But like I said, I have no self-control. Did you know I scouted your son after the sports festival? I mean, I admit I had ulterior motives. Having the son of the #2 hero at my agency would look pretty good.
That brings us to the final character that we got a confirmed voice actor for Transformers EarthSpark, and that is surprisingly the voice of Bumblebee. So, really, I was really surprised by the voice actor they got for Bumblebee in Transformers EarthSpark. In EarthSpark, Bumblebee will not be voiced by, like, Will Friedle, like he was in Prime and Robots in the Skies, or even Jeremy Levy, who voiced him in Cyberverse. Instead, Bumblebee will be voiced out of all people, by Danny Pudi, who you may recognize as playing Abed in the sitcom Community. And I gotta say, I never watched an episode of Community in my life before this. Granted, I've never seen an episode of Community before in my life. I didn't even know who Danny Pudi was before that. So anyone who watches Community and is a big Abed fan, I'm sorry. I literally just looked up like a 20-minute like funny moments video of his character in that. And honestly though, I really think he's funny. But here's the thing though, I don't really see him as like a Bumblebee character. If anything, I expected him to like be the voice of Thrash, if I'm honest. I thought Zeno Robinson would have made a better Bumblebee. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Danny Pudi does to voice Bumblebee and like differentiates him. Will he be more of like a wisecracking, like snarky Bumblebee, kind of like animated Bee, or is he gonna play more of the more mature and grown-up Bee that we saw in Robots in the Skies 2015? Cyberverse was kind of like in the middle of that. That's why Jeremy Levy was so good as him in Cyberverse, that he could switch between both being like a kind of a childish, kiddie Bumblebee, like in the earlier versions of Cyberverse, and then later on in seasons 2 and 3, Bumblebee like really had some maturity grown to him, and even a lot of the flashbacks in season 1. And Jeremy Levy did that great balance between voicing Bumblebee as both like more of a younger, inexperienced scout, but also someone who like really learns and grows from his life experiences. So I'm gonna play it like again, just like with Twitch and Thrash, I'm gonna play a couple clips of Danny Pudi as Abed in Community, and just so you can get an idea of what potentially his Bumblebee voice could sound like.
This is kind of like Breakfast Club, huh?
We are in a library.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure we've each got an issue balled up inside of us that would make us cry if we talked about it.
Do you have something balled up inside of you?
Oh, I got a little doozy in the chamber if things get emotional. You know what I got for Christmas? It was a banner year at the Bender family. I got a carton of cigarettes. The old man grabbed me and said, "Hey, smoke up, Johnny." No, Dad, what about you?
So while we have now all the voice actors that have so far been confirmed for the cast of Transformers EarthSpark, we do, however, also know the names of the 2 human kids that will be playing main roles in the show. So according to the press release for the San Diego Comic-Con panel for EarthSpark, these 2 kids are named Robbie and Mo Malto. And this is something I was theorizing back in February with the very first 10-second teaser for EarthSpark, because in a close-up shot of Robbie and Mo, you can actually see the name Malto stitched into her jacket. So when I first saw that the trailer, I thought that her name at least was Malto, but I didn't say anything about it because I didn't want to take that as word of God, like say that, oh, her name is Malto, and then if I was wrong, I'd be like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong then. Because I wasn't sure if maybe Malto was just the brand of the jacket, or maybe Malto was her last name, or even her name to be given. Maybe it was like a friend of hers, or even a family member that gave the jacket to her. But yeah, we know now that their names are Robbie and Mo, and their last name is Malto. So we can assume I was correct, even though I didn't mention it in my video back in February. I was correct in my assumption that Malto probably was a a family name that the two shared. So I'm really excited now we have the cast of the 4 main characters of EarthSpark being Twitch, Thrash, Robbie, and Mo. I really think that they are going to be a really interesting cast to see. And even though, unfortunately, we don't have the voice actors for Robbie and Mo, even though we do hear Robbie talk, like, 5 words in the 10-second teaser, there hasn't been an official confirmation yet as to who will be his or Mo's voice actors. So we'll just have to wait a bit longer to find out who their voice actors are, along with who will be voicing Miss Malto, who will be voicing Optimus, and who will be voicing Alita 1, alongside perhaps any other characters that may get revealed at the San Diego Comic-Con panel. And so that's pretty much everything for this little update video on Transformers EarthSpark, the brand new Transformers show that will be coming this November to Paramount Plus, and will feature 2 brand new Transformer characters, Twitch and Thrash, voiced by Kat Cavaddari and Zeno Robinson, alongside 2 new human kids, Robbie and Mo Malto, and even Bumblebee, who will be voiced by Danny Pudi. As I said before, Nickelodeon will be hosting a San Diego Comic-Con panel for Transformers EarthSpark this Friday, where Kat Cavaddari, Zeno Robinson, and Danny Pudi will all be panelists on discussing the show, where we'll learn about the toy line for the show, see new clips for the show, perhaps we'll maybe get a proper trailer, and maybe even learn a few more character names, voice actors, and even brand new characters. So if you're excited as I am for Friday to learn more about Transformers EarthSpark, be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys later.